Hi Team WeRun, Coach Alexa here, coach for Reading, South Oxfordshire and online. Another video all about feet. I mentioned in a previous video a few of the most common reasons for getting blisters, but today I wanted to talk about possibly a less common one, something maybe a bit more unusual, and it's to do with hard skin on our feet. So the way I think about it, if we've got areas of hard skin, now these are often on our heels, can be kind of on the ball of our foot or our big toe, maybe on the inside of those areas. And basically our body kind of develops harder and harder skin areas that kind of get a little bit more kind of rubbing, or if there's a little bit unevenness in your foot. So I've got, like I mentioned in a previous video, one of my big toes is starting to kind of come over a little bit more noticeably, mostly due to 90s pointy shoes and early noughties pointy shoes. So I'm starting to get more harder skin on the outside of the ball of the foot, on that side and the outside of the big toe, because I compensate slightly with the way that I walk due to the position of that toe joint. So the challenge with the areas of dry skin, however, is you've got an area of skin that isn't sort of flexible and pliable. So if I kind of put my finger on a bit of skin so it's sort of sticky, I'm not gliding my finger over the skin, but my finger is just gliding that skin. We've actually got quite a lot of flexibility and movement in our skin, which is completely natural and normal. It's like a sort of elastic type material, and it moves, it stretches and it moves as our joints move and our body moves. We'd live very different lives if our skin wasn't brilliantly flexible. But what that means when we have areas of hard skin, particularly on an area like our feet that are working hard for us all day, walking, running, standing, whatever we're doing, you've got this area of hard skin where the skin doesn't move, and it's next to an area of skin where it does move. So you've got this bit moving around nicely, this bit is hard skin and doesn't move. And often when you get the crossover between the two, you basically get a little bit of extra torsion. So that bit of soft skin near the hard skin is being asked to do loads of movement. It's having to compensate for the fact that this whole area of skin isn't moving at all. So often you get kind of almost this sort of form of torsion blisters, where that skin is being moved around and asked to move around so much that the layers separate and blisters and irritations start to form. So it's a really, really good idea to keep on top of areas of hard skin. Now, if you go and get a pedicure, and this is regardless of whether you want your nails done, even if without wanting your nails painted, pedicures are still fantastic. Get somebody else to, sort out all the hard skin on your feet. But it's something I like to do little and often, literally pretty much every day. I've got a little pumice stain at the edge of my shower, and I just do a little bit of work on the areas where I know my feet can build up a little bit of hard skin. It's much, much easier, like many things in life, to do something little and often as a preventative, as opposed to waiting for it to be a problem and then trying to deal with it, because then you've got much deeper layers of much more solid hard skin to deal with. So worth thinking about, just keeping little and often a little bit of an eye on any areas of hard skin. It will help our foot health, and it will definitely help reduce that risk of kind of torsion related blistering. Hope that's useful. Happy running.